What's up, Rocket fans? Let's do it. Let's talk Houston Rockets, your favorite team. And you know it's not mine because I cover the Houston Rockets. I'm Kris Gardner, KG, owner, co-founder of the Houston Roundball Review. Me and my partner, Brian Watson, rest in peace. We're talking less Rockets. Let's talk Houston Rockets here. Rockets. I'm not a fan, but I have been disappointed in the Rockets going 0-2 so far in these first two home games after the 5-game road swing. What are your thoughts on that? I think most of you guys thought they would at least split with the Spurs and the Blazers. I'm not sure anybody picked them to go Rockets to go 0-2 in these two home games. So what are your thoughts on that? How you feel about that? Derek, how you doing? But seriously, what are your thoughts on it? Rockets going 0-2 to 134 that the Spurs scored on them Tuesday. My goodness, I was just like the Spurs just ran it down their throats with those 82 points in the paint. Lux Pro, that's a new name. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining me and joining the family on. Welcome to the family on Let's Talk Houston Rockets on YouTube and Facebook, and hopefully at some point Twitter. Want to get a sponsor for that? Put it on Twitter. Just put that out there for anybody who's got connections. Make that happen. Then the Rockets. Thank you, Derek. I'm doing what I can, man. Grinded forward. Blazers scored 125. So Rockets give a 134 to the Spurs, 125 to the Blazers. Blazers were without Dame Lillard, so 125 was a lot. So, Michael Scroll. Okay, it's all good, man. You know, you ain't got to tell me all that, but appreciate that, man. It's all good. I'm glad you're tuning in. So Warriors tomorrow. Rockets played the Warriors in the Bay Area not too long ago. Lost on a Steph buzzer beater. What do you think the chances are for the Rockets to rebound and get a win against the Warriors with Klay Thompson? This time, I think Klay's expected to play Monday. He missed a game in the Bay Area. So what are your thoughts on that? Are y'all concerned that right I'm going, TJK Penny? Right where I'm going. Are y'all concerned about the Rockets losing now? Tanking, like I said, tanking would be once they get rid of all the vets and just play the youngsters. And I'm not sure the Rockets are going to do that. You know, getting rid of trading Eric Gordon, trading DJ, trading Daniel Tice, and playing Oos, Jaysean, bringing up guys from the G League. That's tanking to me. So I don't believe they're going to get to that point. They're going to play well, play youngsters. Jalen Green will eventually get out of his shooting slump. He's not a bust because he's missing shots right now. He's just missing shots. Most of them are good shots, just not falling. Jalen's adding to his game. He's playing good defense, rebounding better. Needs to add to his game and do some penetrating, get the ball in his hands, maybe create more for his teammates. But the shots will fall. He puts in the work. He works too hard for them not to fall eventually. Okay? Jalen Green is not lazy. He doesn't take shortcuts. He'll get there. The hard work will pay off. So for those who hate on him, call him a bust, you do you. But I'm not calling him a bust. Okay? He puts in the work. He's 19 years old. Alpha G. Welcome. But yeah, where y'all at? Rockets are 14-35, right? I think still a half game ahead of OKC for the all-important third pick, third worst record in the NBA. So yeah, agree. It's all potential. He's got potential. He's not a bust. He has potential. Hell, y'all have seen the first half of Detroit-Cleveland tonight. You'd have thought Dean Wade was the first pick in the draft, not Kate Cunningham. So just relax, folks. But haters gonna hate. We know that. Jalen knows that, and his people know that. But he'll be fine. He's still figuring it out. I'm not too sure. There's very few players from day one excel in pro sports, period. Most of them go through rough patches. The great ones learn from it, overcome it, and then excel. That's what Jalen's going to do. That's what I think he'll do. He'll be fine. The Spurs and Blazer games weren't good. Yeah, the Spurs game, Rockets turnovers and getting back, allowing the Spurs to just attack the basket over and over. That was bothersome for me. They did a little bit better against the Blazers on Friday. Still lost. Christian Wood is dealing with migraines now. He wasn't at practice today or Saturday. So if he's able, he'll play Monday against the Warriors. Obviously, if he doesn't, that's going to be a big loss. Scoot is in the health and safety protocols. So he's not going to play. I mean, I'd be shocked if he does play tomorrow, but I was wrong on that. Friday, early reports from the Rockets and the media department is his illness was not related to COVID. And then Friday afternoon, Scoot's in health and safety protocols. So you just never know. Maybe you got to test, false positive, all that kind of stuff, and then it came back positive, false negative, whatever. TJ, let me put this up. I had concerns with Jalen's shot when I saw it in Vegas because I didn't like the hitch in his shot. It's, he worked on it. He got rid of that little hitch, and he's kind of going back to what he knows, kind of that natural hitch that he had before. So it's an issue because the shot's not falling. Not everybody's going to have textbook form on their shot, but he's got to get comfortable with whatever form he decides to get and get comfortable with that and then make shots. Because, I'm showing my age. Reggie Miller's shooting form was nowhere near textbook, but it worked for him. So Jalen has to find form in a shot that works for him, and the shot goes in on a consistent basis. So he's still trying to figure that out. I don't believe he's living in his head too much about the shots not falling. He's still putting in the work after practice. So, for a quick hit there, put in the work with John Lucas, a quicker release, it was falling. Everything was falling. But lately, it hasn't, fallen. So it's just one of those things. This could be one of those points in time of the season where the shots aren't falling. Because in practice, they go in. Just got to get that translated over to the games. And as long as he's putting in work, and as long as he's taking good shots and not chucking up stuff, he'll be fine. But I do want him to attack the basket more, get to the line, get fouled, get to the line. If not, get to the line, penetrate, get the defense to collapse on him, and then pass out to teammates, open teammates for open threes on that. So I want to mix up his game a little bit while his shot is not falling from the outside. So what are the Suns doing? I think that's a good point there as well. And I today after practice, first time I was there for a few days, standing near Jalen, I've seen him all season. Jalen is just a slender young man. He is a slender. He call him skinny. He's just not a big dude. He needs to put on some LBs. He looks thin. So he's, I think he's going to get on that grown man weight eventually, but it's not there yet. So that'll help his game. Get stronger in the legs, stronger in the thighs, core as well, calves, all those things, part of it. Do I think, I'll put this question up because I'll answer it and want fans to chime in too. Okay, Jesus' name. Let me ask you, superstar, do you mean superstar as in one of the 5 best players in the NBA or one of the best 15 players like all NBA first, second, or third team year in, year out? So that's a little different because elite superstars to me, we're talking Bron, KD, Giannis, and everybody else is below them. Okay, so I'm not sure I'm gonna put Jalen in the top 3 players in the NBA category eventually. I'm not sure about that. Heck, I'm not sure I put Tate in that category. James Harden, when James is shining his prime here with the Rockets, that's top 5 in the NBA. Borderline. I think Jalen got top 15 material. So, yeah, Bradley Beal's kind of close there. So, yeah, top 15. I don't know about top 5. If he's top 5, that'd be awesome. That means, everything's clicking for him offensively, defensively, scoring, passing, the whole bit. So, but right now, I'm more leaning toward Bradley Beal than Rocket, James Harden, Giannis, KD, LeBron. So, yeah. So that's where I am on that. But, nothing wrong with that. He still be the face of the franchise. Still help lead the Rockets to the playoffs. There's nothing wrong with being a top 15 player in the NBA. Kenneth Robertson, thank you very much for those kind words, man. Let me smile while I put that on the screen. I appreciate it. But yeah, and by the way, what is Phoenix doing? So somebody asked if anybody's watching what Phoenix is doing right now. What are they doing right now? Because other than us, I thought everybody would be watching the football game. But I'm glad you guys are true basketball fans, true Rocket fans chiming in, because shows you I'm not a football person very much, because silly me, I scheduled this live stream during the NFC Championship game. So shows what my priorities are. It's come a long way, boy. I used to live and die with football when I was younger, but those days are over. But yeah, Joseph Garcia, thank you very much, man. Suns are going to be champions. We shall see. They're favored in the West. No doubt about that in my mind. And I would not be upset with a Suns-Bucks rematch again in the finals. I have no problem with that. I think that could happen. So it would be a hell of a series too. Kind of look forward to that if it happens. But, let's get back to it. Are y'all concerned, any of you concerned with the Rockets losing? Now, should the Rockets really play hard, compete, be exciting, be entertaining, and lose to improve the chances of getting a top 3 pick? Or do y'all want to see them get around, let's see, got 14 wins now, get around between 25 and 30. It's kind of hard to do right now. So I'd be a lot of work to do to start rolling like that much. But what do y'all think? Are y'all in a weird kind of way happy that the Rockets are playing well, competing, and losing? Or do y'all want them to sprinkle in some more wins here and there, get on a roll, with the chance of maybe end up with a top 7 pick rather than a top 3 pick? So, Grayson Brown, nope, keep tanking, trust the process. And as Jalen said to us afterwards, practice today, trust the process, the blueprint. Colleague Jonathan Fagan wrote about it in the Chronicle. I think he's already written and posted on chron.com. His article, and I think Cody Davis, one of my mentees, is doing the same theme with the blueprint that Coach Silas touched on Saturday of his days working with Steph and Steph's younger days, and showing the blueprint to Luka and Kemba of Steph's work. Steph was younger. Steph was a rookie, and how his game progressed throughout that season to help him get to become the player that he is now. So Jalen Green talked about that in the process. Jalen says he's trusting the process. It's good to see him, see Coach Silas. He appreciated Coach Silas showing him the blueprint that he showed that he had with Steph and that Luka saw and how it worked for Luka. And hopefully that same thing will work for Jalen. So here we go. Let me pull this up with Kenneth. Get that comment right there. Be more concerned if they were winning. Rockets are winning to get into the play-in and losing the first round. Yeah. For the whole season, I was like against that. and Rockets aren't good enough. Why get in the plane just to lose? So I think they're doing things are going well for them in the process now that they're losing, but playing. They were playing better on that road trip. They were playing better these last 2 games. They have not played as well, especially defensively. The communication hasn't been there. Too many easy buckets for the opponents. Too many open looks for the opponents. So they're taking a step back on defense. These 2 home games. I mean, heck, the Rockets have lost 10 straight at home. And the first step for a young team in the process of getting better and getting good, then better in the playoffs is protecting home court. 10 straight loss at home, obviously, is not protecting home court. So the Rockets have a ways to go, and that's fine. They're just showing you how hard it is to win when you're a young team and how far they have to go to get to playoffs, get to championship caliber team year in, year out. All right, who do I think the Rockets will choose if they get the number 1 pick? Depends on the number 1 pick. Oh, we go back and forth on this. Jesus' name, Jesus' name. Was it my last one I've done? My last YouTube short that I did a few days ago was, no, I think I did one more since then. Try to get more this week. Was, ironically, Rockets, based on record, at the 3 spot. Jonathan Givony at ESPN had the Rockets getting Jabari Smith with the 3rd pick. And I don't know if Jabari Smith will be around at 3. I don't know. I think it was Chet, Paolo, and then Jabari. Right now, if the Rockets got the 1st pick, won the lottery, got the 1st pick, I think the Rockets should take Jabari Smith. I think Detroit would take Jabari Smith. I think OKC would take Jabari Smith. That's me as of right now, January 30th. I think he has Jabari's game and potential has started to rise up in the eyes of GM and scouts around the NBA to be the top overall pick in the 2022 draft. So that might change, but that's me. I think Jabari Smith is now the favorite to be the number 1 pick in the draft. Now, Paolo goes off between now and the end of the season through the tournament. Then maybe he'll get back up there. But I think Jabari Smith upside in the pros, Jabari's upside is probably just a little bit higher than Paolo's and Chet Holmgren's. I think all 3 young men have solid futures. I won't call it Chet a bust. I just have concerns about Chet's frame. He's tough. He's a tough young man because to deal with the being outsized and he doesn't weigh a lot. So if he ever does get bigger, put on some weight and stronger, see, to me, Chet reminds me of Sean Bradley. He's just not 7'6". So Sean has moments, but I wouldn't want to be in my franchise around Chet Holmgren with the number 1 pick. I think a Chet Holmgren LP would be a decent tandem, but I don't know if I were in charge and had the top pick in the draft, I'm not taking Chet Holmgren number 1. That's just me. I'm not doing that. But I'm not working for an NBA front office, unfortunately. Am I concerned with Jalen's usage? Not yet. He's not comfortable enough with the ball in his hands more. So that's probably a factor in it. As long as the Rockets are playing Eric Gordon is going to get more time with the ball in his hands to facilitate. Josh Christopher is getting more time with the ball in his hands to facilitate. Jaycean's playing well lately, so that's good. So, and of course we still have DJ Augustine on the team. Rockets, as long as DJ and Eric are on the squad, and as long as Eric and DJ get minutes, Jalen won't get the ball in his hands. to be a lead guard to facilitate more. Do I agree with that philosophy? No. Nope. Don't. I think the Rockets need to put the ball in Jalen's hands more. Right now, it doesn't look like going to do that. So we quibble on that. As long as Eric's here, as long as DJ's here, Rockets going to rely on play these vets. And y'all know, most of y'all know who've been here with me since the beginning of these live streams. Let the youngsters play. Put the ball in youngsters play and let them learn. I missed it. I saw the comment earlier. LP needs to get more minutes. Yeah, it's time now. Second half of the season, let the youngsters play. Just, come on. Let them learn on the fly. Am I still high on Scoot? Well, I wasn't high on him much of this season to begin with, especially when he turns it over so much. When he has the games of 8, let's see, when his turnover assist to turnover ratio is 1-to-1, not good enough. So no, I don't like him in those games. But the last couple of games, he had 8 assists and 1 turnover. I don't expect it to be like that game in, game out. Every game. Be nice if he gets to a consistent 3-to-1 assist to turnover ratio minimum. 3-4-1. I'm not expecting him to be CP. CP, Chris Paul was born to play point guard. Okay. Scoot was not born to play point guard. Let's be clear on that. Rockets are trying to make Scoot a point guard in the NBA, learning on the fly. And he's had many learning opportunities throughout this season. So if he can just get to a level of 3 or 4 assists to 1 turnover, then I could see it. But he showed glimpses of it. And Scoot ball to Scoot is not 3-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. So, it's probably closer to 2-to-1. He's trying to do the right thing, get his teammates involved and all that. And it's a balance for him, but it's a balance for him. It's difficult for him because he's never been a true point guard growing up. So that's an issue for him. And that's why it's a learning experience for him. And the Rockets know that. But they're trying to believe that the team as a whole is better with Scoot running the offense, with Scoot and Jalen in the backcourt. Time will tell. I'm not sure how, maybe one more year, time will tell if they're right or not. So KPJ needs to cut down on the turnovers. As long as he does that, if he does that, not as long, because he needs to do it more consistently. If he does that, then the Rockets will look correct. If he doesn't, then they'll be wrong. And a lot of the fans on visiting here, chiming in here, will go back to like right here. Say KPJ is a small forward. And in the Rockets 3-guard lineup, Scoot could probably evolve into that Eric Gordon role because Rockets start EG, Jalen, and when he's healthy, Scoot. Right now, with him in protocol, Garrison Matthews back in the starting lineup with Jalen, Eric Gordon, JT at the 4, and Seawood at the 5. So they're still going with that small ball stuff, but y'all know, most of y'all know, I'm not a fan of short ball. That's what I call it, short ball, because these dudes 6'5" and under. It's a 6'5" and under league with the Rockets playing in. Rest of the NBA slowly but surely is moving back toward taller, skilled players, not 6'5" and under. So, but yeah, let's talk about one question that Jaysean Tate was asked today. The comparisons to Draymond Green and how Draymond helped out, gave Jaysean advice when Jaysean was overseas playing, keep grinding, keep pressing forward. Jaysean looked up to pattern his game after Draymond a little bit. Draymond has helped make a role for guys Jaysean's height and skill set in the NBA. Do y'all see that? Would y'all be good with that if Jae'Sean Tate became as impactful as Draymond Green is for the Warriors, but Jaysean does it for the Rockets? Would y'all be good with that? You want Alpha G, you want Scoot to come off the bench? Is that what you're saying? Seawood, soft. You'll get an argument from me on that. Not here, not on this show. So let's see. Tate needs to pass the ball to Green if he wants to be Draymond. So you're saying Jalen's not getting enough looks, enough touches to take better shots, to take more shots. Well, definitely with Scoot out, he needs to get more touches. I'll say that. Where y'all been with Christian Wood? Despite the migraines, he's putting up doubles. Christian Wood is, how can I phrase this? He's putting up the numbers, but he's not impacting winning enough. Is that fair? Christian Wood is putting up the numbers, but he's not impacting winning enough. I mean, he's doing a solid job switching on guards. He does enough. He doesn't do enough things well. He does things in spots and spurts, but he doesn't do them enough all the time. And see, that's where I was trying to be nice about it, but some would say that right there. Let's see what is a stat pattern. So I'm not saying you're wrong on that. So but saying Christian Wood to Miami, no. For who? No, not happening there. Coach Silas is very high on Christian Wood. I think he said that Friday or Tuesday's post game. You can go back to the YouTube channel and see. He's very high on Christian's potential and his skill set, his versatility, and all those things. I'm like, okay, that's good. No, I'm just I'm just not sold on him, long term. I'm just not. But of course, y'all know, I'm not. And a big issue with Chris, a big gripe that I have about Christian Wood's game is he's just not strong enough, big enough to do well against the bigger centers, the bigger players. He just doesn't get it done against bigger players. And Jakob Poeltl is not a bigger player, but in the Spurs game, I think, let me pull it up. I think Jakob Poeltl had better numbers in the similar minutes than Christian Wood did. So, and is that what you really want from, Poeltl had 18 and 9 in 20 minutes, 21 minutes, and Christian Wood had 15 and 7 in 24 minutes. Christian Wood can't lose that matchup to Jakob Poeltl if he wants to be considered a max player. Come on. Come on. Right? If Christian Wood thinks of himself as a max player, he has to win the matchup with guys like Jakob Poeltl. I mean, I think that's logical, straightforward. Can't do that. He's not Nurkic big. Nurkic 25 and 13. See what at 21 and 15. Nurkic did it in 4 less minutes than C. Wood did. But C. Wood was only 1 for 6 from 3. So his advantage, skill set wise, did not shine through against Nurkic. That's where he has to take advantage of it, because you can't win banging against bigger dudes. And, Tyus was brought in to take some of the defensive burden to go against the bigger defenders, to keep Seawood off of them. But offensively, he Tyson and Christian Wood didn't work. You know, the numbers prove that day in, day out. I mean, we all saw that. Everybody saw that. Rockets saw that. So, and not being a dead horse, but, you know, because what's done is done. I thought the Rockets should have drafted F. Mobley at number 2. Thought that for months before the Rockets. But once it became clear the Rockets were going to draft Jalen Green, you know, I left it alone. But I thought the Rockets should have drafted F. Mobley because I like taller, skilled players. You know, that's one of my things. I like taller you are and you got skills. I like that more than 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" dudes. That's just me. But Duncan ain't worth it. He was not going to play and share with Green. Evan Mobley had a lack of a motor. He's gotten better with the motor. That hasn't been too much of a concern so far in his rookie season. Duncan Robinson, he's 3-point shooting is not as great as he was last season. Let's see. The Jazz fear that Joe Ingles has a significant left knee injury, according to Woj, but nothing will be confirmed until MRI on Monday. Yep. So Jingles got a serious knee injury, left knee injury. So that's a blow. Could be a blow to the Jazz. Wasn't like Ingles was doing great things for their perimeter defense in Utah, but still wish him good health. But yeah, Wood and the pick for James Wiseman. I need to see James Wiseman play well before doing that. And again, I don't see the Warriors giving up young, controllable contracts right now. And they have so many huge contracts on their books. And as much as we're bashing Christian Wood, why would we think the Warriors would want Christian Wood? You know, I mean, honestly, why would the Warriors want Christian Wood if we're bashing him for being soft, for not doing well against bigger players? Kevon Looney could do that. They got him for go against the big men. So, you know, and again, back to the Warriors in their books. Why would they want to take on more salary when they got James Wiseman for a very reasonable contract for a couple more years? So, and the Warriors, and honestly, why would and I'll answer like this, back to the rivalry days. Why would the Warriors want to help out the Rockets? And why would the Rockets want to help out the Warriors? Two-way street. Since Daryl Morey's no longer here, and he had the mentality when he was here with the Rockets as GM that the Rockets were constructed to beat the Warriors, period. And that there was mutual respect between the two franchises, but the Rockets build themselves that they were on team that could beat the Warriors in the NBA, and there was animosity there from the Rocket side. The Warriors didn't care too much about them, you know, till come playoff time. But so I'm not sure how much animosity there remains. But you know, 2 first-round picks for Jaysean. I'll put this up because I've said it for a while. The game Eric Gordon, I think, was against the Spurs when EG scored 31 on 10 field goal attempts. Went to line a lot. Rafael Stone should have called it every NBA team the next day or that night. Okay, give me a first-round pick for EG because I'm not sure Eric Gordon's value would have been any higher between then and February 10th. But Rockets need to trade Eric Gordon for a first-round pick. I thought that for a while. I don't believe they're going to now. All the conversations seem to center around Eric Gordon staying here. Eric likes it here. Eric wants to stay here. And the Rockets, Coach Silas, you know, likes what Eric provides. You know, he stabilized the youngsters and all those things, and provides the veteran leadership and the presence in the locker room. And all those cliches, and he still performs well on the court. Yes, I know all that. I see that. Y'all see that. But if Rockets can get Eric Gordon for a first-round pick, make that trade. Make that trade. Rockets ain't going to the playoffs this year, and might not go to the playoffs next year as long as Eric Gordon's here. So if you get a first-round pick for him, make that trade. Come on. Make that trade. Trade EG for a first-round pick. If you can get a second-round pick for DJ Augustine, make that trade. If you can get a second or two for Tice, make that trade. Come on. If a team makes you a great offer for Christian Wood, make that trade. Come on. Just do these deals. If you can get assets for these vets, do it. And they may not be getting those. I'll put that out there. They may not be getting what they want. But don't ask for too much. Don't be unrealistic. And then when the team says, yeah, no, that's too much for us. And then you stuck with the vets on a team that's not going to the playoffs, that's not going to the play-in, and you got no assets for them. And then if the vets are still here, specifically Gordon, Tice, and DJ after the deadline, well, Tice doesn't play much anymore. Anyway, but if Eric Gordon's still here February 11th, are you going to play him? Are you going to still give him minutes? Why? Why still give him minutes and takes away from Jalen Green, JC, and Scoot, and Garrison Matthews, and Armani Brooks? Hell, see what Jaysean Nix has if he has something left. If he has ability to be an NBA contributor, game in, game out. Let me put this up. Ideally, I like both. I like to get picks and talented young players in a combination of those deals. But I take the picks, and I would prefer them to not have too many protections on the picks. But if they could get both, do that, obviously. But young players, nothing wrong with that. Player 23 and younger, talented, need a change of scenery. I'm good with that too. Should John Wall play? That ship has sunk. It sailed and sunk. John Wall is in Miami, I think, working out. Looking like he's put on a few LBs to me in little clips I saw, but whatever that's worth. But John Wall should not have agreed to the conditions that he and Rafael talked about in September. Shouldn't agree then. Should have asked for a trade then, because he hasn't played. He's not with the team. Thank you very much, Asleep R11 _ appreciate it as always for your support. So it's just, and I forgot about it because I don't cover the Raptors. But Goran Dragic has up play in Toronto, doing a similar thing with the Raptors. He's like Coach Dragic up there, like Coach Wall is down here. So the NBA has two situations where teams are paying players to not play. That can't be good. That's not good. Yeah, and the Lakers don't want to give up a 2027 first-round pick for John Wall. They're going to, ride with Russ. I think Russ shot the ball well tonight in the Lakers' loss to the Hawks. Lakers played well, considering no AD, no LeBron. LeBron's knee swelling is it could be a concern. Did the Rams come back and win? Because the last I saw before I came on, the Niners were winning, but I don't know what the score was at that time when I started. But, DJ Augustine can stay because he helps the playmaking. Does he really? And I'm being serious in the sense of, but do you want those minutes to go to DJ rather than Josh Christopher? or see if Jalen Green can run the offense 10 minutes a game when he's not, off the ball. Why? That's me. And this is true. And most people know this. Most people know Russ looks better when he's the number one option. He did that. He proved that here. When he just basically told Mike D'Antoni, was it January? I want the ball in my hands, and we're going to run the offense this way. And Russ shined, and the Rockets started winning. And he was successful that way. So the Rams came back and won 2017. How about that? Alrighty. Well, for those who weren't watching, so that's a come from behind win, right? So my goodness. Matthew Stafford made a Super Bowl. Wow, how about that? I wonder what Lions fans think about that one. Trade Wood for Boo Knight and Kai Jones. I'll try to get something more than that. It's not bad. I'll try to get something more than that. But that's along the ways that I would accept younger players, young talented players. Yeah, I like a pick in there as well. I'd ask for a pick as well. That's not bad. But I'm not sure if Rockets are. The Rockets do not seem to be as anxious to make trades like I am and like y'all are. So how realistic is a trade for De'Aaron Fox? Well, if you want to believe the Kings, it ain't happening. They're not trading De'Aaron Fox and keeping him and Halliburton. Yeah, okay, whatever. But if I think an opponent makes them an offer that they can't refuse, yeah. Because Sacramento management, it ain't working there. They realize it ain't working. Guys are on the trading block. So, yeah, I don't think the Hornets will be doing that. No, that's but I still ask for a pick and all that. But De'Aaron Fox, earlier in this season, it seemed like De'Aaron was D, what's up, man? Thank you for tuning in. De'Aaron was solo. He was not with the team. In the locker room, he kind of kept himself distant from the club. So Rams scored final 13 points. How about that? Well, good for them. Yeah, something like this. If a team willing to do that, I'd please make that call and say yes. make that call, yes. And the thing with the Kings and Ben Simmons rumors, have y'all noticed how they've changed almost like every other day within the last week to 10 days? Kings come out and say, we are taking ourselves out of the Ben Simmons trades. A few days prior, whether it's Daryl Morey or Daryl Morey's people or whatever, Daryl putting the Kings out there. Yes, we've heard from the Kings and what they've offered, not really what we want. So trying to put the screws on the Kings with that stuff going public. A lot of deals that happen aren't leaked. The rumors that are leaked are leaked for a reason. Solo Dilo, what's up? So yeah, they're leaked for a reason, whether it be from the player's agent, one team trying to get more from another team, but many deals that do happen, we don't hear about. So February 1st is Tuesday. I think the phone call is going to heat up. We're going to hear more rumors. There's probably going to be a lot more people. Watch out who you follow and who you retweet and who you like on Twitter, because you might retweet somebody who just made up some stuff and got a fake account and got you. You might get zapped with a rumor. You might get zapped with some Rocket rumors. So watch out just pay attention to what you're doing these next few days. Because fans try to stick it to media, and every so often, I have not been zapped in a while. But I see some colleagues they retweet, something looks like a Woj account. Nope, ain't Woj. And I got a text from one colleague. Did you see this? That's a fake, man. You couldn't tell that's a fake. Oh, my bad. So pay very close attention to who you retweet and who you follow in these next few days up to the trade deadline, February 10th. Cade Cunningham is what Ben should have been. Okay, well, Cade's a better shooter than Ben ever was. Though, Ben has been so far. Okay, let me talk about this. Glad you brought this up. I'm going to go on a little tirade here for a moment, because that was handled by the Rockets public relations people, not the Rockets media people. In other words, we in the media weren't allowed to see it, weren't allowed to talk to Dream and Al P after the session. So I'm not going to name names, but there are some local colleagues who are quite upset to not get access to that Akeem teaching Al P opportunity. So y'all can read between the lines when I say colleagues, local colleagues who are upset for not getting access to that. And I'll just leave it at that. But it was a PR thing. We didn't get a chance to see it. We weren't told about it. There was no notification ahead of time about it from the media. So I'm not even sure they knew about it. So it could have been a PR thing. Could have been two parts of the Rockets organization made it happen. But we knew nothing about it. It was talked about today before we got a chance to go into practice. And there were some folks who not happy. Hell, I don't want to say pissed off, but there's some discussions will be coming forward from yesterday. Do I think a lot of teams will be calling about Jaysean Tate? Probably, but Jaysean is part of the core here for the Rockets. So never say never. I mean, if another team wants to give up a first round pick for Jaysean, I'm not going to say anything different. Like I said, for Eric Gordon, you can get a first round pick. Yeah, do that. Yeah, but why we weren't happy? We didn't get a chance to interview Dream. We didn't get a chance to we didn't get a chance to talk to Al P about it. We do cover the team day in, day out. So from a media perspective, that's why we're not happy about it. Rockets want to make it into a public relations event, which apparently that's what they did. Okay, that's one part of it. That's one side. But not allowing the media that covers the team day in, day out to have any sort of access, that ain't right. So the NBA might be contacted about that one. PR, teams gotta have PR. That's fine. But don't ignore the media that covers you. So that's what I'm putting out there. Like I said, y'all can read between the lines about local colleagues being upset about not getting access to that. So, and Dream is Dream is quiet, and he might have preferred no cameras, and he might have preferred not to talk to the media, and all those things. And the majority of us who are old like me covered Dream a long, long ass time, for a lot of years. Some older than me covered Dream for a lot of years. But still, get a chance to talk to a Hall of Famer, a Rockets legend, working out with a young talented Rocket big man. Why do you want to talk to the man? Talk to both of the men while they're there. You want to get some footage yourself to see it. So, but yeah, if it was purely from a PR perspective and they excluded the media department, well, then that's another issue in itself, because media didn't they had no say in that. So if they had no say in it, there's not much we could do about it. So but it wasn't handled great. I'll just leave it at that. Some folks are more upset about it than me. I know. But hey, whatever. And many those of us who cover U of H talk to Dream when he comes to U of H. So, so that's why I'm not making a big deal about it. So because Dream was there. Let's see, he was at a basketball game within the last 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. So part of the 75-year anniversary of U of H, University of Houston. So y'all know me. Stuff like that don't faze me. So but I'm not others in media. So, but yeah, I can see Dream over at U of H. And I wouldn't put out there publicly necessarily. So yeah, whatever, because that's not really that important to me. If I talk to Dream, I talk to Dream. I keep it moving. Talk to one of his confidants and just keep it moving. I'd probably hit him up right now if I wanted to. Just ain't that big a deal to me. Publicize all that kind of stuff, whatever. So, but yeah, Rockets Warriors. Alan Luke, thank you very much. I'm not. I've covered teams a long time, but the way I do things media-wise is not the way some other colleagues do things. It's a little different medium. I'm not TV. I'm not print. All that kind of stuff. I don't have deadlines. So we have different, I won't say agendas because it sounds kind of shady. Just points of emphasis for work. So whatever. But Rockets Warriors. Oh, did anybody see Mr. Jaden Ivey hit a 3-pointer today? Game-winning 3-pointer, I believe. Where are y'all with Jaden Ivey being a Rocket in the 2022 draft? If the Rockets fall down, don't get a top 3 pick, would y'all want? Solo D'Lo says the Rockets are going to lose tomorrow. Yeah, probably so. But Jaden Ivey as a Rocket, Johnny Davis from Wisconsin, Shaden Sharp from Kentucky, Rockets and wings. What? I guess if you can't get one of the taller players, got to get a wing player. Wing or another guard. I guess so. But boy, Solo would love to have Jaden on the squad. Let me ask you: Rockets draft Jaden Ivey. What does that mean for KPJ in your eyes, Solo D'Lo, in your GM? Rockets draft Jaden Ivey. You like the Rockets to draft Jaden Ivey. What does that mean for Scoot? Rockets need a forward. Yeah, Rockets need to get somebody up front for me. But chime in, Solo. Answer me. What if the Rockets drafted Jaden Ivey? In your opinion, what does that mean for Scoot? JT Hines says Scoot can be the 6th man. Draymond says trade him. So Joseph, he says he's on the KPJ train. And I think the Rockets are. They believe in his long-term potential. Okay, I'll flip it around this way then. If the Rockets drafted Jaden Ivey, would y'all be happy, excited with the 3-guard rotation of Jaden Ivey, Jalen Green, and KPJ? And if, Jaden comes off the bench, whatever. That threesome would be the Rockets guard tandem for the next 6 years. Would y'all be happy with that? So, that's Jaden come off the bench. Al Luna says that. So, would y'all prefer him over Shaedon Sharpe or Johnny Davis? Let me put this out there. Saying he didn't want to play Wood and Şengün together before the game. What does that mean for Wood and or Şengün? It's Coach Silas. I think you'll see it more. I mean, February is not far away. It's 2 days away. I think you'll see it eventually. It's not Keegan. Where do you see Keegan getting drafted? Because he's not a top 5 player, I don't believe. But back to C. Wood and Şengün together. I wouldn't read too much into it. I think it's going to happen. I think it's a matter of time before it happens eventually. Because I think that tandem together would be successful. You can mix in tandem, mix them up, who goes in the post and who is at the top of the key, facing up. Cutters, Alp more so than C. Wood at the high post, passing the ball, passing the cutters, things like that. But right now, Jaden Ivey, well, not everybody, Hot Man 966, because Jonathan Gavoni has Jabari Smith going to the Rockets. That's a 3 pick. So like I said, don't think that's going to happen. But you don't like the offense now, or you don't like the offense A.T. Hines with C. Wood and Alp on the floor together. It's not enough ball movement for me. Not enough ball movement for me personally. Ball movement, no player movement. Cutting, movement with a purpose. And I'll get to this. I want to say this because getting back to Jalen Green's lack of usage, Coach Silas said this week, or I guess last week now, that he doesn't like to call too many plays. He had to call too many plays these last 2 home games. He'd rather not do that. He wants Rockets to be more free-flowing, the offense to be more free-flowing, get more cutters, more movement, player movement, ball movement. Because when he has to call plays, the offense bogs down, which kind of tells me that the players are thinking too much rather than reacting when they're on the court. So they got to get past that in order to be better. Which is interesting to me because ball movement, player movement seems to be it should be easy for a team. It should be natural for a team. But I always go back to this. When DJ Augustine said it, I think October or so, about playing fast, you have to know how to play fast. Saying you want to play fast is different than knowing how to play fast. And I think the Rockets, too many times this season and lately especially, are struggling to play fast effectively. And that's a great point. That's on point right there. The Spurs ball movement was great. The Warriors had great ball movement. And it's a combination. It's ball movement and it's also player movement. And it's player movement with a purpose. So that's important. And selfish at times, I'd say more uncertain at times because they overthink it. One of the simplest, say simple, I'm bashing the players. When you got a hot hand, a teammate who's rolling, get that teammate the ball. You shouldn't need to look over to the sideline. Coach, what play we running? Get the ball to the hot hand. Period. Just do that. So that's me right there. That's old school me. You don't need to. Why are you looking at me? Feed the ball to the hot hand. Simple. Better coaching. It's not coaching because Stephen Silas. I'll answer it two ways. It's not coaching because Stephen Silas is very detailed oriented, but it could be coaching. You could argue it's coaching if his players still are struggling to understand it. So if it's just not yet clicking, if he's not doing enough for the players to get it, to get those plays. So I hope that makes sense. Because like I said, Stephen Silas is a very detailed guy. Extensive experience working with younger players, helping them succeed and shine. So, and he said a few times, he said it today as well, that the playing Rockets facing the Warriors again so soon after facing them in the Bay Area not too long ago, it helped the Rockets through the walkthroughs and the going over the plays and the concepts. He said it clicked for them today because they had just seen it from the Warriors recently. So the defensive concepts, it clicked for them. The players were like, "Oh, that makes sense. I see what coach. Now I see what you were saying 10 days ago. Now let's see what they do tomorrow, if it clicks. Because if Klay Thompson plays tomorrow, Klay's movement is a whole nother level. Jalen Green talking about Steph being a big bro to him, but Jalen said something that was funny to me, and I didn't post it because he was so. At this point, he had turned almost his back to me from where I was stationed today. But he said he's like Steph. He just moves so much, man. He's constantly moving, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, you can do that too, man. So yeah, move with a purpose. Don't just stand still. He's this person to guard on the court. He's a person that stands still. Should we trade Eric Gordon? Yes. I've said that for a while. Yes. I don't believe they're going to, but yes, they should. Get a first-round pick for him? Yes. Wood does not set good ball screens. That's part of twofold. His frame, and he's more of the slip variety rather than setting a solid screen. He tries to slip and roll to the basket. So, and get me started on this right here. That's not really part of Stephen Silas's coaching philosophy. Nothing wrong with mid-range shots. To me, take shots your team can make at a high percentage. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. See, it's part of the slip. He doesn't wait for Scooter, Jalen, Jaysean, whoever, Eric. He tries to just release too early and goes to the hoop. He slips it. Set the pick, man. Set a good pick. Be still. So it's also on the guard with the ball to wait on the pick. So that's also part of it. hear talks are in Phoenix for who? For Eric Gordon. That's been talked about. Goodness, for 6 to 8 weeks because of CP being there. I think we touched on that a while ago because I think I mentioned that if CP wants Eric Gordon, CP gonna get Eric Gordon. So yeah, we'll see if that heats up because I know I read, probably last 2-3 days that Phoenix wants to shore up the 3-point shooting because Landry Shamet has struggled from the outside this season so far. Well, Eric Gordon is better than Landry Shamet, no doubt about that. So we'll see. Like I said, between now and February 10th, the phone line's gonna heat up. The rumors are gonna start flying around all over the place. Consider the source of those rumors. So Jalen Smith, Eric Gordon. I'm not sure if it could work salary cap wise. You got to toss in some other stuff for the numbers. Amen. Yes, indeed. Jalen Smith, come a Rocket. Yep. Makes sense to me. Make it work. Make those salaries work. Make that work. Young, talented big man. Yep. So make that work. But again, too many times, I think the Rockets are going in the right direction. I'll put it up there. I'll put this up there first because I want JT to reply. Why? Why do you want Ben on this team? Why? I don't think he needs a great fit here. He needs the ball in his hands way too much to help this team. I just don't see it. So hit me up with your answer on that. And I'm not going to be like Shaq and bash Ben Simmons and call him a quitter and all that other kind of stuff because if Ben is really dealing with, mental issues, he's got to get that stuff fixed. Now, if he's making that stuff up, then that's a whole other issue. That's that's on him and his people, Rich Paul and all that. But answer this question, I like the direction the Rockets are headed because they got assets. They got first-round picks coming their way. They got a nice young core. Just need to add more talent. I think they're going in the right direction. So, Jalen, let's see. He can't get, the Suns did not extend him, right? But he can't get huge bucks because the Suns didn't make him a contract offer for restricted free agency. There's some limitations there for him money wise. So he can't get max dollars from another team because of what the Suns did to his contract. But see, I'm with that as well. So yeah, I'm not Ben Simmons is talented, but I don't see him being a great fit here. But he could be a point forward. Where is it? I just don't see him being a great fit here. That's me. I could be wrong. But again, with that, who do the Rockets have that Daryl Morey would want? Daryl Morey says he wants basically a superstar. Rockets don't have a superstar. Daryl Morey is waiting on Bradley Beal, Dame Lillard, James Harden. The James Harden tampering, according to Chris Haynes. If it happens in the summertime, other teams are ready to hit up the league office and say, y'all need to look into this deal with Morey going public. Or Morey, maybe not directly Morey, but somebody around Philadelphia 76ers are putting out the feelers about James Harden becoming a Sixer. Yeah. But, I'm looking forward to these next 10 days or so. Well, was it 12 days? 11 days or so. But I'm not going to retweet a lot of stuff that I see I'm going to hang back and, maybe contact some folks. I got a couple people in mind I'm going to hit up. I'm not going to put it out there because these next 11 days, we're going to hear all kinds of crap. Crap. That's what I mean. Crap. From both sides. But this stuff that they're just tossing out there to see who's going to put crap out there. So, yeah. More than everyone in picks. Yep. And then, yeah. I'm not a fan of Daryl Morey. Y'all know that. Not a fan whatsoever. So, don't miss him in the least. Who was it who said tomorrow's games to be fun? I hope so. I hope it's entertaining. I hope the Rockets defense shows up a little bit. Thoughts on Garrison Green? Garrison Green, who's that? Garrison Matthews after the Blazers game. Took it upon himself. He said the Rockets did not get stops. But more to the point, go to my channel, YouTube channel, and pull it up. The Garrison Matthews playlist or whatever, Rockets playlist. The Blazers went at him. Specifically went at him, and he did not get stopped, didn't get it done defensively. Do y'all agree with that? Do y'all like to hear him take ownership that he did not get it done defensively? So, Blazers did kind of, they put him on the block and put him in the post, put him in the paint. They went at him. So thoughts on that, Garrison Matthews? He didn't get stops. Any thoughts on Scoot's extension? I think the Rockets will probably, the numbers are right from Scoot's people. They'll probably do it. And really, Scoot does not have much leverage because talent, potential, all those things. But how many other teams besides Rockets will give him another chance? So the Rockets might be able to use that to their advantage. Would I give Scoot an extension? Probably not. But I would not be shocked if they do give him an extension. Well, J-Mike Garrison started Friday with Scoot in protocol. And as long as Scoot's in protocol, I mean, how much longer that's going to last, I think he will. Probably start tomorrow as well, against the Warriors, and we'll see going forward from there. But Rockets they don't have enough tall players for me. It was good to see Oos today after practice dribbling with his right hand, with his left hand wrapped up, with his left thumb wrapped up, left wrist wrapped up, still on the court, getting in some work. Okay. So do I think his 3-point shot has kind of waned lately? I think KJ Martin he's done better. His individual defense needs work. He needs to do better man-to-man defensively. So we got Monty Williams earned a spot in the All-Star game as head coach in the All-Stars. I think that's what I saw here from the NBA office. Came up on my phone. Trade Wood for Marvin Bagley and picks. I'm not a Marvin Bagley fan. Yeah, he got talent, but boy, he also got issues. He has issues as well. So, yeah, Monty Williams and his staff will coach Team LeBron in the All-Star game. All right. So they got wrapped up the best record in the West. Marvin and Marcus Bagley. Yeah. Wrong one. Here we go. I'm leaning more towards this comment from TJK Penny, 79. But I still think the Rockets, like I said, I mean, Scoot doesn't have a lot of leverage, you know. So if the Rockets make him a fair offer for an extension, he's probably going to take it. Would I do that? No. But, you know. All right, let's see what else we got here. Foes blowing up. Yeah, we got the Monty Williams thing, Ingles, knee injury, significant knee injury to Joe Ingles for Utah. So, and I think Utah signed Daniel Wildhouse to a third 10-day contract Friday, I think. Within the last couple of days, I know House has got a third 10-day deal. So I wonder what they're going to. We'll see what Utah does now with Ingles. If his knee injury is significant, keeps him out for the rest of the season, what they're going to do for trade proposal. Try to get something else to show up their perimeter defense. Miles Turner and his health issues now. I don't know. I don't know if I want to touch that too. Ron Artest had issues. Marvin Bagley ain't Ron Artest. No. So, but he did a great job against Christopher Wood in that game the Kings won and beat the Rockets. He made a difference, that's for sure. And his absence was felt in the second game. Let's see, well, Friday, Sunday. So he didn't play Sunday, and the Rockets won. He played Friday, and the Rockets lost. So there is that. But doesn't that say more about Christian Wood than does Mr. Bagley? Do I think any Rockets will make the dunk contest? I sure hope so. I know KJ said he'd go if he was invited. Jalen would too if he got invited. So it'd be nice if one of them were in the contest. You know, I'm not sure. I haven't read anything about any new rules for the contest because it's not the same like it was back in the heyday. You know, with Neek and Mike, even though, you know, Neek got robbed in Chicago. But I digress on that. Anyway, it's not the same like it was, you know, dunks in 90 seconds now, get as many in as you can, you know, whatever. Not the same thing to me. So I think after this draft, we'll see what the Rockets do moving forward. It's an important draft for the Rockets because they need one more, at least, well, I need more talent, period, but one more high pick because I really would rather not see, you know, unless it's because via trade, one of the picks coming in, the Rockets picking in lottery after the next 2 years. So, well, this year and the next draft, so 2023. So after that, they need to be ready to be in the playoffs. So a real big man, JT Hines, what is a real big man to you in today's NBA? Is today's NBA a real big man or an old school big man who puts in work down on the block? So which is it? So let me pull it. I think I still have that slide up for the class real quick. Let's see if I still have that slide as we wrap it up here. Let's see. Get the slides here. Let's go through them. Students, class. Let's see. Controllable contracts. There we go. With the Rockets right now, let me put myself down a little bit here. No, that's too much. All right, go back. There we go. Rockets owe the Thunder first-round picks in 2024, top 4 protected. 2026, top 4 protected. So, yeah, there we go there. Unprotected first-round picks from Brooklyn, 22, 24, and 26. And unprotected first from the Bucks, 23. Rockets have the right to swap. Brooklyn's 22 first, and Miami's top 4 protected. Also have the right to swap first with the Nets in 23, 25, and 27. So yeah, JT Hines, someone who can guard the paint. So like Jokic and Embiid, those real big men. Because as we move this, because it definitely ain't big men, definitely ain't Christian Wood. So let's put that out there. Scoot needs to be traded. Which player in the draft is the best fit for the Rockets? Ooh. I'll put that up there for everybody to see. Let's see. Who did I think? And this might change. Right now, I'm going with Jabari Smith. Right now, yeah, I'm going with Jabari Smith. Because, and I might be wrong. I mentioned it earlier. I think Jabari Smith has the highest upside of these three: Paolo, Jabari, and Chet. So, whoever gets the first pick in the draft, I think should take Jabari Smith. Period. Whoever it is, Detroit, OKC, Rockets, whoever wins the first pick should take Jabari Smith. Now we'll see if my thoughts change between now and the draft. I don't think they will. But Jabari Smith. So, and this could be. We'll see about that. Because of Paolo's game might have peaked. I wonder if it has to do with Duke's guards. And not getting him the ball in the post in down the stretch. Because as a big man, as a skilled big man, as more times than not the best player on the floor, and you're on the block, and the guard doesn't get you the ball, that's not Paolo's fault. That's the guard's fault. What game was it? What was it? It wasn't today when they pulled away. When they pulled away. Yesterday, they pulled away from Louisville. Game earlier this week. And they went to Paolo down the stretch in the last 2 minutes, put him on the block, gave him the ball. He went to work, got things done. This ain't hard. Got the best big man on the floor, give him the ball on the block, let him go to work. So there we go with that. Carlos Boozer. I'll think about that one. Give me some thoughts on that one. Chet and Alp, that tandem has been tossed out there. We'll have someone that could guard Giannis. Well, that's, assuming Rockets get to the finals. So, yeah, I'm not going to call Paolo a bust. I think he's got potential. Just kind of not sure what position he'll be able to excel at in the NBA. Because I want to say somewhere I saw him as a 5. He's not a 5. So, but yeah, it's fun to talk with y'all as always. Going to wind it down here. Rockets Warriors. Rockets are going to get it done tomorrow. And most of y'all don't believe they will. And do y'all want the Rockets to lose tomorrow? Do y'all want the Rockets to win? So let me see. Where's the comparison there? Just saw it, just lost it. Paolo is a combination of Detroit Blake, Aaron Gordon, and Tobias Harris. Is that a good thing? The first year, Detroit Blake before he got hurt. He was a hell of a player then. So, because Tobias Harris is too inconsistent for me. Rebounding, everything. Defensively, just everything for me. Lou's got a lot of losses for the predictions for tomorrow. Rockets have won. Was it Wednesday? Next game? Oh yeah. Cavs. So Cavs come to town on Wednesday. Cavs height against the Rockets short dudes. So that'll be interesting to see as well. I'm pretty sure the Cavs probably have a game before Wednesday to get the taste this losing bad loss out of their mouth to the Pistons tonight. So don't know if they play Tuesday or not before Wednesday's matchup with the Rockets. Houston Kids 713. Somebody said that Scoot is questionable. Listed as questionable for tomorrow. I have not checked the injury report in the last couple hours. I checked earlier. The Rockets had not yet submitted the report, but that was like 2:30 or so after getting back from media availability. But yep. And I'll say this, Cade Cunningham, I think I mentioned earlier, first half of tonight's Detroit-Cleveland game, Dean Wade, okay? Yes, Dean Wade, not Dwayne Wade, Dean Wade from Kansas State looked like the top pick in the draft, and Cade Cunningham looked like Dean Wade. Cade Cunningham was 0 for 10 from the floor in the first half. He did have, I think, 5 boards, 5 assists in the first half, but he was 0 for 10. And I was like just 0 for 2 from 3. So the other misses were from 2, 0 for 10. Second half, he went 6 for 11 and had, what was it? He finished with 14, 12, and 10, something like that. Finished with a triple-double. So don't give up on Jalen Green. Youngsters need time to shine. Rockets need a talented big man? Indeed. Yes, indeed. No question for me. Yes, 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 they sure do. And with that note, I'm going to wrap it up because it's almost time for my man AD Moore to talk football. I'm at the Ad Max Corner on AD Moore on YouTube on his channel. Go follow him on AD Moore _64 on Twitter for football talk. But yes, thank you very much for tuning in as always. Next show. Ooh. Let's see. I'm shooting for Saturday. Shooting for Saturday because we got college games. College teams playing. Ooh, and I think everybody will be done. So yeah, I think Saturday, February 5th. Let's shoot for that to be the next show. So, all righty, family. As always, thank you very much for your comments, your time. Appreciate it. See you in a few days. Be safe out there. Peace.